voluntary retirement for central government employees. Disclaimer: this training material is for use in training of officials. It should not be referred as guideline of government. In case of any variance in this training material, the government guidelines, rules, laws shall prevail. What do we mean by the term voluntary retirement? A government servant who has attained the prescribed years of qualifying service may retire from service before attaining the age of superannuation by giving notice to the appointing authority. This type of retirement is known as voluntary retirement. Eligibility. Under the Fundamental Rule 56K, for Group A and B officers, entered service before 35 years of age or attained 50 years of age. In other cases, attained 55 years of age. Under the Fundamental Rule 56M, Group C officer not governed by any pension rules. For employees governed by Pension Rule 1976, Rule 48(1)A says all government servants covered by Central Civil Services Pension Rule 1976. For employees governed by Pension Rule 1972, Rule 48A says all government servants covered by Central Civil Services Pension Rules 1972. Minimum service. Under the FR 56K, none. Under the FR 56M, 30 years. Under the Pension Rule 1976, 30 years. And under the Rule 1972, 20 years. Notice period 3 months under each rule. Date of service of notice and the date of its expiry shall be excluded. Acceptance. Under the FR 56K, automatic if non-acceptance not conveyed before expiry of notice period. Under FR 56M, not required. Under Pension Rule 1976, automatic if non-acceptance not conveyed before expiry of notice period. Under the Pension Rule 1972, acceptance required, but acceptance presumed if non-acceptance not conveyed before expiry of notice period. Grounds for non-acceptance. Under the FR 56K, suspension. Under the FR 56M, none. Under the Pension Rule 1976, suspension. Under the Pension Rule 1972, any ground. Fundamental Rule 56K of Pension Rule 1976, Rule 48(1)A says, a notice under this rule does not require acceptance. In the case of a government servant under suspension, then the appropriate authority may withhold permission to retire. Fundamental Rule 56M says, even the right to refuse if the government servant is under suspension is not available to the government. Pension Rule 1972, Rule 48A says, permission requires acceptance by the appointing authority. Application format for voluntary retirement is shown on the screen. In this video, we have learned about voluntary retirement. If you have any doubt or want any clarification, then you can contact through the mail as shown on the screen. For other videos on rules and regulations, you can visit the web address as shown. Thank you.